Hello, this is cjhoyle. Today is Saturday, February the 12th, 2022, and in this video I'm going to ride my bike down to Toronto's Union Station. Alright, so I begin my ride from the Huron Street Playground, and I'm just heading southbound on Huron Street. And I'll work my way out from this neighborhood here, which is called the Annex, and I'll make a left turn here onto Prince Arthur Avenue. You can see that things look a little bit slippery this morning. We had quite a bit of rain last night, and the temperature, or quite a bit of rain yesterday, and last night the temperature dropped below freezing, I believe, so there are going to be a couple of little ice patches out and about, but I do have my bike with my studded tires on it. So I'm now here at St. George. I'm just going to make a right turn onto St. George, and I'll continue heading southbound, and I'll be taking the St. George Beverly route to get downtown. Up ahead we've got a green light to cross Bloor Street here. And the route that I'll be taking, like I said, Beverly and St. George, which is the route that I took to get to Union Station from my neighborhood in the Annex for a really long time. Although more recently I've been taking University Avenue because it now has bike lanes, or it got bike lanes about a year and a half ago. That's usually my go-to route for getting downtown, but I decided, because I want to make this video and show my route, I figure I would do something a little bit different than that, because I have made a number of videos riding my bike along University Avenue. Got a stop sign here, and this big concrete building over on the right is the University of Toronto's Robarts Library. Many of the buildings that are along this route are within the University of Toronto. This university has 3 different campuses across the Greater Toronto area. This one is called the St. George campus, same name as the road that we're on right now. I'm just here at Harbour Street, waiting for my green light before I can proceed further southbound. Straight ahead there you can sort of see the CN Tower poking out from behind a building, or at least I can. And there's our green light to proceed. So yeah, a little bit chilly this morning, but not too bad. I'm well dressed for it. Probably overdressed for it, but I'm not riding far. Union Station is about 4 kilometers or so from home, and it is kind of downhill as Toronto slopes towards the lake. And the reason why I'm heading to Union Station today is because I'm planning on going and visiting some family out in Whitby area today. So I'll be riding my bike to the station and then bringing my bike on the train, and then once I get to Whitby I'll be getting back on that bike and riding to the final destination. Yeah, things seem to be quite quiet here this morning. I guess it's kind of a gloomy day. Lots of clouds in the sky. But I never complain about riding on a street with very little traffic on it. This is pretty nice. So we're just approaching College Street up ahead, and the road kind of jogs a little bit over to the left, and that's because this road has been realigned with Beverly Street, which continues further in the southbound direction. And these two streets, from what I know, have had bike lanes on them for quite a long time, at least for the entire time that I've lived in Toronto, and I'm sure quite a bit longer than that as well. So they were always an old favorite for the people who like to ride their bikes places like me. This was long before you had bike lanes on streets like Bloor or University Avenue or Yonge Street or any of those places, even Richmond and Adelaide. You'll notice that some of these signs here, the street signs, will have Chinese characters on them. This is Baldwin Street that we're crossing, but that name is also written in Chinese, and that's because about a block or so to the west of here, so if I was to turn left there, or sorry, if I was to turn right there, that would take me over to Spadina Avenue, which is where many of the businesses of Chinatown are located. Up ahead we've got Dundas Street West to cross, but we're going to get a red light before that. And you can see that thanks to all that rain that we received yesterday and a fair bit of warm weather that we've had over the last week, the winter wonderland that we had a week ago today has mostly melted away, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your viewpoint. This time last Saturday I was probably at home getting things ready to go cross-country skiing, but at least here in the city that's not really an option here today. But maybe we'll get more snow in the future and that will unlock things and let me resume that activity that I really enjoyed. Over on the left, we're passing the Art Gallery of Ontario, or the AGO. And over across this park that you can see over on the left is the Ontario College of Art and Design, or OCAD University. So, the next intersection up ahead, or at least the next major one, is when Beverly terminates at Queen Street, but I'm going to turn one block early here so I can take John Street instead to get further south. So I'll make a right or left turn onto this street here, which is not John Street, but the next one that I'll turn onto will be John Street. Because Beverly Street would have just come to an end if I were to have continued, and then I would have had this left turn onto Queen Street without a signalized crossing, which, with the amount of traffic that there is right now, probably wouldn't be much of a challenge at all, but I just sort of am in the habit of avoiding making that turn. You can see a number of streets are blocked right now. You can see there's a police cruiser straight ahead, so maybe I will make a left turn here instead. I'm sure I would be allowed to ride my bike through. It looks like they're just preventing motor vehicles. Maybe I'll wait and I'll proceed. I'm only going as far as Adelaide, which is kind of 2 traffic lights further ahead from here. There's my green. The next street after this is Richmond, which is a one-way street that goes in the other direction. Looks like I should be able to get through here. Police is not blocking the way. So this is a westbound street that is a one-way street that has a cycle track on it. And the next street is Adelaide, which is the same except it's an eastbound street, which is what I'll take. Because I have to get a little bit further to the east of here to connect up with Union Station. So, there's my green light to proceed. Straight ahead there you can see in the distance a metal structure, which is the bridge which connects over across the railway corridor to the Rogers Centre, or Sky Dome, which is the entertainment venue where the Toronto Blue Jays play. And I've just made a left turn now, and I'm heading in the eastbound direction in the Adelaide Street cycle track. And yeah, this is definitely an icy place to be right now. Things look wet, but the gloss of this is, some of it is ice at least, but like I said, I've got studded tires and I'm not too concerned. But even with the studded tires, I am still being cautious. You don't want to make any sudden movements or sharp turns or anything when you're riding on top of ice. So I think I'll go all the way to University Avenue, which will connect up nicely with Union Station. I'll make a right turn here. I'll continue southbound. After coming to a complete stop, of course. There we go. And further southbound we go. The time is around 9:15 or so, and I'm aiming to catch a 9:35, I believe it is, eastbound train on the Lakeshore East line, which goes in the east direction through the Toronto suburbs. It goes as far as the city of Oshawa, but I'm going to Whitby, which is the second last stop. The stops between here and there, I guess the first place the train stops is Danforth, which is kind of close to Main Street Station, towards the east end of Toronto. The next stop after that is called Scarborough. Then there's Eglinton, and after that is I'm blanking on the name. The next one after that one that I can't remember the name of is called Rouge Hill, then Pickering, Ajax, Whitby, like we mentioned, and Oshawa. Guildwood is the one that I forgot. We're just about to cross Wellington Street, and this is where University Avenue jogs over towards the east, and it will connect over and line up with York Street, which continues further south. And that limestone building, which is straight ahead, that big one, that's Union Station, which is where I'm heading. So I'm just going to make a left turn here into the entrance to the station. And I'll head on inside the station. Since I'm traveling on the weekend, I've purchased a GO Transit weekend day pass, which will give me a round trip to Whitby today for only $10.
This train on platform 13 is the 9:35 eastbound train. Are making all station stops to Oshawa.
Alright, so here I've arrived in Whitby. Hope you enjoyed joining me on this ride today. If you watched all the way to the end of this video, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.